Hey folks, before we dive in, I just want to remind you to follow SkyAlert USA so you don't miss this video or any of our future updates. Support us by subscribing, liking, and dropping a comment below. It really helps us keep bringing you these life-saving weather alerts. Welcome back to SkyAlert USA, your #1 source for real-time weather alerts, severe storm coverage, and life-saving forecasts across the United States and Canada. I'm coming to you live with a major weather alert edition because right now, as you watch this video, multiple dangerous weather systems are simultaneously tearing across North America. From tornado warnings in the Midwest to a life-threatening Kona storm battering Hawaii and blizzard conditions slamming the Pacific Northwest, today is one of the most active severe weather days of the early 2026 season. Stay with me, because this affects millions of people right now. Let's break it all down. Scattered to numerous severe thunderstorms are erupting today and tonight from the southern plains all the way to the southern Great Lakes vicinity. All severe hazards are on the table. We're talking multiple strong to intense tornadoes, damaging winds, and very large hail. This is not a drill. This is a major outbreak event unfolding in real time. A weak surface low tracking northeastward from eastern Kansas along a frontal boundary into northern Illinois is the engine driving this outbreak. Low-level warm and moist air is surging northward, with surface dew points climbing into the low to mid-60s across the Midwest and Ohio Valley into the southern Great Lakes. That's remarkable moisture for early March. Strong, deep-layer wind shear and moderate to locally strong atmospheric instability are creating a textbook environment for significant severe weather potential. The supercellular tornado threat is expected to quickly increase through the late afternoon and evening, as enlarged and curved low-level hodographs will easily support intense low-level rotation. A focused corridor along and just south of the front carries the best potential for multiple strong to intense tornadoes, rated EF2 to EF3 or higher. That means significant structural damage, downed trees, and life-threatening conditions for anyone caught outdoors. The Storm Prediction Center has issued a moderate risk, that's a level 4 out of 5, across parts of northern and central Illinois into northwestern Indiana. That is an extremely high confidence forecast for significant tornadoes. If you are in this zone right now, you need to have your shelter plan ready. Know where you're going before you hear the siren. An enhanced risk of severe thunderstorms has also been designated across parts of west and central Texas into southwest Oklahoma, as well as into the Midwest and the southern Great Lakes. In Texas and Oklahoma, the atmosphere will support very large hail and intense damaging winds alongside the tornado threat. Right here in Kansas City, multiple tornado warnings have already been issued tonight. The National Weather Service issued a tornado warning for Carroll County and Ray County in Missouri. A second tornado warning was issued for areas of Clay, Jackson, and Ray counties, including Liberty, Missouri, Excelsior Springs, Missouri, and Glen Eyre, Missouri. Flash flooding is also developing on the south side of Kansas City, and multiple severe storm warnings are in effect simultaneously. This is a multi-hazard event. We're watching tornadoes, flooding, large hail, and damaging winds all at the same time over the same region. Do not take this lightly. Some of the storms have already produced hail larger than 3 inches in diameter, along with wind gusts exceeding 70 miles per hour. Heavy rainfall is accompanying the storms, raising serious concerns for localized flooding. This outbreak is especially notable because it is occurring relatively early in the severe weather season and is impacting a broad portion of the country, from the southern plains all the way to the Great Lakes. Before we move to Hawaii, I want to take a moment to remind everyone just how deadly these early spring storm systems can be, because we just lived through a devastating example just days ago. Authorities searched through rubble and debris in southern Michigan after suspected tornadoes tore through the region, killing 4 people, including a 12-year-old boy during powerful storms, also blamed for 2 deaths in eastern Oklahoma. On the afternoon of March 6th, a lone supercell developed in LaPorte County, Indiana, and tracked northeast into Lower Michigan National Weather Service storm damage surveys found that the parent supercell spawned 4 tornadoes across Lower Michigan, ranging from EF0 to EF3 intensity. The north side of Union Lake in Union City was one of the hardest hit areas, with numerous homes sustaining significant damage and trees sheared off. The National Weather Service confirmed that an EF3 tornado with winds of at least 150 miles per hour struck the Union Lake area. That happened just 5 days ago. And now today, a similar setup is unfolding. This is the reality of early spring severe weather in the United States. It is dangerous, it is fast-moving, and it can cost lives within minutes. Please, if you're in a warned area tonight, take shelter immediately. Now, let's move 2,500 miles west, because the state of Hawaii is under an emergency declaration right now. Hawaii Governor Josh Green issued an emergency proclamation ahead of a significant storm system expected to bring heavy rain, flooding, strong thunderstorms, and damaging winds across the Hawaiian Islands this week. According to the National Weather Service, a Kona low weather system is expected to produce prolonged heavy rainfall that could lead to flash flooding statewide, with the highest likelihood of flooding impacts across the smaller islands and urban areas. The storm is expected to bring an extended period of flash flooding, damaging winds, and strong thunderstorms through at least Saturday. The National Weather Service has issued a statewide flood watch. The flood watch for Kauai is in effect and will last through Saturday afternoon. The flood watch for Oahu will last through Saturday afternoon. The flood watch for Maui County and Hawaii Island began this Wednesday morning and will last through Saturday afternoon. But here's what makes this storm truly dangerous. It's not just one round of bad weather. The latest data suggests 2 significant rounds of weather throughout this storm system. The first round is occurring through Wednesday. The second, and potentially most impactful, part of this storm will occur Friday into the weekend and is currently forecast to bring flash flooding, damaging south winds, and strong to severe thunderstorms, and is forecast to drop more rainfall than the first round. Some regions, especially mountainous areas, could easily receive above 10 inches of rainfall. The storm will essentially destabilize the atmosphere all around the state, grabbing deep tropical moisture from the south and dragging it northward over the islands. Persistent south winds are bringing in moisture that may cause heavier rainfall and flooding on the south and west sides of the islands. All camping areas on Oahu, Maui, and Molokai have been closed starting Wednesday, March 11th, until further notice. Polyhale State Park and the Kalalau Trail on Kauai were also closed. Maui Mayor Richard Bisson also signed an emergency proclamation, saying, "The county is actively preparing for the potential impacts of this strong Kona low storm, including heavy rain, severe flooding, and damaging wind. If you have friends or family in Hawaii right now, please share this video with them." Authorities have advised the public to avoid forested and coastal areas because of rising streams, flash flooding, falling trees, storm surge, and high surf. This is a life-threatening weather situation, and the worst is still ahead. Meanwhile, on the other side of the country, the Pacific Northwest is dealing with its own powerful weather system. An atmospheric river is bringing blizzard conditions to the Northern Cascades today. Atmospheric rivers are essentially rivers of moisture in the sky. And when they hit the mountains, they dump massive amounts of snow in a very short time. Blizzard conditions mean visibility near zero, whiteout conditions, and dangerous travel at high elevations. If you're planning to drive through mountain passes in Washington or Oregon today or tomorrow, do not. Check road conditions before you travel and be prepared to delay your trip. Up in Canada, the weather picture is also unsettled. Toronto has been issued a yellow rainfall warning with a moderate impact level and high forecast confidence. Wednesday, March 11th, sees showers with a high of 15 degrees Celsius before temperatures sharply drop Thursday to 3 degrees with a chance of flurries, and Friday brings periods of snow. That's a dramatic swing, from a warmish, rainy Wednesday to snow and freezing temperatures by the end of the week. This is exactly the kind of volatile transition weather that Canada sees during the La Niña to El Niño shift currently underway. Over Canada, the northern United States, and the Midwest, more precipitation than normal is expected for the 2026 spring season. The combination of spring cold and increased precipitation is also impacting early season snowfall potential, and above normal snowfall is forecast over the southern half of Canada and the northern United States. Canadians should not pack away their winter gear just yet. This spring transition is going to be rough. with repeated rounds of cold and precipitation across the country through March. Let me give you the big picture for the next 72 hours. Wednesday, March 11th, today, is the most dangerous day. Tornado threat across the Midwest and Great Lakes continues through tonight. Flash flooding in Kansas City and adjacent counties. Hawaii faces the first round of the Kona storm with heavy rain and strong winds. Blizzard conditions in the Northern Cascades. Southern Plains also under enhanced risk for damaging winds and large hail. Thursday, March 12th. The frontal system continues its eastward push into the Ohio Valley, Mid-Atlantic, Tennessee, and lower Mississippi valleys. A broad area of severe weather potential remains in play, with a focused tornado threat over the upper Ohio Valley and adjacent Appalachians, and separately for eastern Texas into the lower Mississippi Valley. Flash flooding also remains a threat over the Ark-La-Tex region. The severe weather threat finally begins to diminish over the Midwest as the front sweeps east. Friday, March 13th. The fronts should finally sweep through the east on Thursday and end the severe and flash flood threats by the evening, with severe thunderstorm potential not expected on Thursday in most areas. However, Friday brings the second and more powerful round of the Hawaii Kona storm. This second round is forecast to bring flash flooding, damaging south winds, and strong to severe thunderstorms, with some mountainous regions receiving over 10 inches of rainfall. The Pacific Northwest should begin to stabilize, but snow levels will remain elevated in the Cascades. Before I close, I want to give you the big picture context for what's happening this season. The 2026 severe weather season is ramping up. AccuWeather meteorologist Alex Duffus warns, there may be fewer tornadoes reported compared to last year, but that does not mean this will be a quiet, severe weather season. There is an increased likelihood of severe thunderstorms packing damaging wind gusts and heavy downpours. Flash flooding is a big concern this year. In March specifically, tornadoes are forecast to focus on an area from northern Georgia to Oklahoma and northward through most of Illinois. By April, tornadoes will become more frequent, focusing on the Mississippi River Valley. The highest hail risk in 2026 is expected from Texas to Alabama, with another hotspot around Iowa, northern Missouri, eastern Nebraska, and northeastern Kansas. The polar vortex is not done with us yet either. MIT's Judah Cohen told USA Today that another sudden stratospheric warming looks all but inevitable, which could lead to a polar vortex split. Cohen adds, I would expect a milder period in the eastern U.S. until close to the spring equinox. Then I think eventually colder weather arrives to the eastern U.S. related to the polar vortex split in late March or early April that could hang around for a while. This means late-season winter blasts are still very much possible even as we push into spring. Here's what you need to do right now. Download a weather alert app on your phone. Identify the nearest storm shelter at home, work, and school. Have an emergency kit ready. Water, food, flashlights, medications. Never drive through flooded roads. Turn around, don't drown, and keep your phone charged and notifications on. That is your full SkyAlert USA weather update for Wednesday, March 11th, 2026. We are tracking a historic early season outbreak across the Midwest, a life-threatening storm system hitting Hawaii, blizzard conditions in the Pacific Northwest, and a volatile transition to spring across Canada. This is not a normal weather day. Stay safe, stay informed, and share this video with everyone you know in affected areas, because sharing this information could literally save a life. If this video helped you, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a SkyAlert USA update. Stay